April marks the fourth month in a row that Durham Region has seen an increase to the average sale price of a home. The average price of a home in Durham in April was $956,000, which is an increase of $81,000 since the beginning of the year. As of right now, it seems as though the bottom of our real estate market was in December, when the average price was $874,000. Of course, that could change going forward, but it's possible that unless we see an outside or unexpected factor coming into play, like interest rates or changes to how the bank qualifies buyers that would lower their pre-qualification, December might have been the bottom of the market here, and I'm going to tell you why. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jessie McClellan, and I'm a realtor here in Oshawa, Ontario. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on what's happening in the real estate market right now in Durham Region and why we've seen 4 consecutive months of price increases. If you find this information helpful, I would really appreciate you giving this video a thumbs up. If you want to be kept up to date on the real estate market and everything happening in Durham Region, then please subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you'd like to speak with me about buying or selling a property, or you just have some questions you want answered, you can use the first link in the description to book a call with me at a time that works best for you. So month over month, the average price of all home types in Durham Region increased by 3.2%. Detached homes saw a 2.1% increase, and the average price is now at $1,059,000. Semi-detached and condo townhome prices stayed about the same, not much of a change in either category. Semis are at $821,000, while condo townhomes are still at $686,000. We saw a 3.3% increase to condo apartment prices, bringing that average price to $579,000, and freehold townhomes saw a small increase of only 1.6%, with their average price at $873,000. There is some fluctuation in the market and how competitive it is for buyers between different areas in Durham Region, which I'll get into in a moment, but pretty much across the board everywhere in Durham Region has seen a small bump in prices. We're also still seeing the usual indicators of a market that's heating up. The average days it takes a property to sell has decreased again down to 12 days, and the sale price to list price ratio is now up to 107%. But just like last month, we're seeing more and more properties listing lower and holding offers, so keep that in mind when looking at that number. This is the biggest indicator of why we're seeing prices increase despite no change to interest rates. During the month of April, Durham Region had 903 sales, but only 1,223 new listings, which gives us a sales to new listing ratio of 73.8% for Durham. To give you some context, a sales to new listing ratio over 55 or 60% would be considered a seller's market. Over 70% is considered a market that is overheating. When we saw the wild conditions at the peak of the market in February of 2022, the sales to new listing ratio was only at 69.7%. So despite the rate increases we've experienced over the last year that have helped cool the market off, this lack of inventory is causing prices to increase again. If we take a look at how it breaks down by area throughout Durham Region, it gives us a better idea of where the hot spots are at. Looking at the sales to new listing ratio for April, Clarington was at 79%, Ajax was at 80.4%, and Whitby was at 92.2%. Those are by far the hottest markets in Durham Region right now. Nearly everything that's being listed is selling, and that reflects what I'm experiencing with my clients in those areas as well. There just isn't a lot of homes to choose from, especially in specific price points and neighborhoods. And that just leads to a lot of buyers bidding on the same homes. So it's very competitive in those markets right now. Having said that, for the most part, the sale prices we're seeing still make sense. Although they are receiving a lot of offers and selling over asking, the sale prices are still in line with what recent comparable sales would suggest is a fair market price. Now, with that being said, I will say there definitely have been a few in Ajax in particular recently that have surprised me and sold for way more money than I thought they ever would. So it's important as a buyer right now to walk the line of being competitive, submitting good offers, and understanding where the market is trending, but also not paying a price for a home that doesn't make sense given the recent sales in the area. We don't want you overpaying for a home. There's not really many areas in Durham Region that aren't seeing a lot of competition, unless you're looking at areas like Scugog or Brock. Those areas are much calmer, but those areas are also a bit far from most people who want to buy in Durham Region. Oshawa has a sales to new listing ratio of 69.3%, and Pickering has a ratio of 64.7%. So they are better than Ajax or Whitby, but it's still a fairly competitive market. It's going to be very interesting to see how the next few months play out, whether we see more listings come on the market and things level out, or if they continue at this pace. Personally, I would expect to see new listings to increase in May and June and to see things calm down a little bit. But it's kind of scary to think of how fast we saw rates go up, and even that can't overcome what low inventory does to the market. Unless we see some combination of interest rates going up again, changes to the loan to income guidelines for qualifying buyers, and more listings coming onto the market, it looks like December may have been the bottom of the market for Durham Region. Of course, other economic factors will play a role in all of this as well, but leave me a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!